Hello again, and welcome back to Illegally Cited. This is Jesse here, aka BGFH, and we're doing things a little bit differently today. We are doing another non-E3 2020 video for the playlist here. I was not able to watch this one in particular live because I actually had a meeting going on at the same time, so we are just going to check out the... I have not watched any footage, so I really don't know what is happening with anything of it. But yeah, it turns out that there is the VR showcase that just so happened to take place the same time as my meeting. So it has been archived onto YouTube, and so we're going to check that out together because, you know, hey, we got some console stuff, we got some PC stuff, we got some game announcements. And you know what? I'm rather curious to see what's going to come from VR announcements. So let's just pop open YouTube here and we'll play it. Okay, that was a weird lag, but okay. So... not quite sure how long we wait here, but it should probably start any moment. They just did a little bit of the splash screen so you guys can kind of see here. But supposedly there's supposed to be some new VR announcements and updates to existing games, and I'm very curious to see what types of things come to the Quest, what might come to all kinds of, VR platforms, and Oculus and Steam and stuff like that. Upload VR Showcase. There we go, Summer Edition. Sounds pretty good to me.
Hey guys, I'm Jamie.
I'm Zena.
And welcome to the Upload VR Showcase Summer Edition. We'll be your hosts for the next 40 or so minutes of VR goodness.
It's a huge honour to be bringing you another show revealing the coolest upcoming VR games and experiences.
Now, the developers featured today have been working incredibly hard throughout the stresses of lockdown to deliver these exciting announcements. I'm sure you'll join us in extending a huge thank you for their efforts.
Also this year, we'll be taking the time
Absolutely.
to spotlight projects from Black VR developers, some available now and others coming soon.
Okay, that's enough from us, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the first gameplay of Stellaris Off-World Combat.
Okay, so Stellaris, that's a flat screen space game, I think, and now they're doing like a VR adaptation of it. So the flat screen game, traditionally not something that I would probably play, but I'm guessing this might be, I was gonna say this might be a flight game, but no, this looks to be a first person shooter of sorts. We're getting some cutscenes and stuff intermixed with some game. Looks like we have free movement. This looks like it has some potential. I like what I'm seeing here. Yeah, free movement. We're zipping around. There's like powers and stuff going on. Huh, Stellaris. Okay. Okay, Oculus. Sweet. Okay, I didn't quite get to read all of when that was coming, but it is definitely
Stellaris
coming.
delivers frantic 4v4 action on Oculus platforms this August, and comes to PlayStation VR later this year.
Well, there you
and now
go.
for a sneaky surprise.
Oh, I hope they do that with all of these. I hope they announce the titles.
Protect this sample, whatever the cost.
That would make things so nice.
Don't hesitate to check any shadow that moves. You might as well be among us. And what will we do when the Panther strikes? We will all be
Stealth
dead.
game of some sort.
It's too late. He's here.
Huh? Trying to remember what that
Show yourself!
there was that one weird game where you were there's two of them now, and you have these portals that you shoot through. Oh, another first-person stealthy shootery thing. of surprised, actually. Okay.
Good luck, Agent.
Panther.
Eager to see you in action.
Early access, you say? Intriguing.
You can sink your claws into Panther VR today on Steam.
Cool.
Now we'd like to introduce you to Dante.
Hey guys, it's Dante Buckley here from Downpour Interactive. I remember discovering VR for the first time way back in 2013. I saw the Kickstarter for the Oculus Rift and was blown away. All I could think about were the types of games I could play with this new technology. However, I noticed over the years, no one was making the kind of game that I really wanted to play. A modern tactical first-person shooter game, similar to Arma, Insurgency, and even the old SOCOM games. And so in 2015,
count me out. I would
dropped
get
out of
murdered
college
right away.
to pursue making just that. A VR first-person shooter game called Onward. Onward has been in early access on Steam and Oculus Home since 2016.
Okay, yeah, I
It's
think I
been
have
growing
heard
and
of that.
improving every day. I now have an amazing team working on the game, located all over the world, and for the past year, we've been working on bringing Onward to the Quest, a completely revolutionary headset that is affordable and has no wires. We can't wait to get Onward into the hands of Quest players. We'll be unveiling gameplay and news on the port at the end of this month. Follow us on social media and stay tuned. See you guys on the battlefield.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I totally get. Yeah, I was gonna look into this, but then Onward.
Hello,
Okay.
my
yeah.
name is Erik Odeldal. I'm the creative director at VR developer Fast Travel Games in Stockholm, Sweden. What if monsters were real? The next title coming from our studio is our most ambitious one yet, and it's set in a universe that some of you might recognize. Have a look.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Yeah, first two were pretty
In
cool.
Barclay Mansion, even the dead are terrified.
Clay Mansion, what is that from?
Something happened here. Something vicious and cruel.
Oh,
And
man.
no one got out alive.
VR horror games are freaking effective, man.
You.
Oh. Afterlife. Oh. When is that coming? Okay, Twitter, Facebook.
We are extremely happy to be working with Paradox Interactive in order to bring you the first VR game ever set in the world of darkness that includes Vampire the Masquerade and Werewolf the Apocalypse.
Oh,
but also,
okay.
for the first time ever, Afterlife will let you experience the world of darkness from the perspective of a wraith, a spirit of the dead. And as a thank you for the great reception we've received since our reveal, we've decided to show you some short glimpses of early gameplay footage. I hope this whets your appetite. A gameplay trailer will be released in August. So please make sure to follow Wraith Afterlife on Twitter, on Facebook.
Okay, I'm intrigued about that.
Instagram. And I hope
Sounds
to
like
see
it's a
you
ways
all
off,
in the
though. I don't
world
think it'll make like
beyond
a
the shroud.
Halloween.
Look out for more on Wraith later this year.
Wraith.
Wait, why am I speaking like this?
I don't know.
I'm David Hayter, and I play antagonist
I was gonna
General
say
Nikolai
Metal
Zhurov
Gear,
in Phantom Covert
David
Ops,
Hayter.
releasing June 25th.
Okay, another Oculus one. Alright, this looks promising. Again, I have not kept up on VR stuff as much as I should have. There's a couple.
Nothing can stand in our way.
Metal Gear. I kind of fell out of VR for a little while there. Did a couple little things, played a couple experiences.
Discover stealth action redefined for VR.
When Riley was up here, but June 25th. Huh, I would like to know more about that, and I just might have to,
Phantom Covert Ops. Phantom Covert Ops finally drifts onto Rift and Quest later this month.
Ooh, and
Next
Quest.
up, we're proud to debut a brand new VR game from an all-new studio.
I hope it's cross-platform, so like I can buy it once and have it on both.
On any normal day, there'd
I
be
love when
about
games do
15
that.
people around, but these aren't normal times. So today, it's just us three. I'm Jan.
I'm Sharif.
And I'm Sammy.
We all come from big studios and massive franchises, and we got really excited with the potential of VR, so in 2018 we decided to jump in. We founded Ikimasho with the ambition to create fun and deep games that make our players feel good. And when they look at their headset, they think, this is a portal I can use to go back into the worlds I love being in.
Today is the day we lift the curtain on Star Shaman, our very first space exploration and spellcasting game.
For the last 18 months, we've been working non-stop to create a game that will change how you think about immersion and movement in VR. And we designed it as a roguelite, so you will always have fun in your training. Think, easy to play, hard to master. But I think it's time to let you see it for yourself. Sammy?
And without further ado, we welcome you to Star Shaman.
Star Shaman, okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'd be curious to see what, is it like a spacecrafty thing? Okay, you go on down to the planets. Kind of curious what form this takes. Okay, alright, we're doing some shooty stuff. Not quite sure what is exactly going on, but and I'm always curious about the interfaces, because you see those little boxes pop up with text and UI and inventory and things like that. I'm always curious to see if they support head tracking, because on a flat screen it's hard to tell. Summer 2020, okay. Oculus and Steam.
Star Shaman looks like a groovy good time, which is something you might be in need of after spending some time with our next game.
Okay, M for mature. I love having those splash screens at the end. Skydancer. Skydance, okay.
What are beasts? What flickers in the mind's eye when you hear the word? Those vacant eyes, clouded over. Those devouring mouths, always slack. And the smell, yeah, that probably comes to mind too.
This almost looks like that Walking Dead game that I really almost want to pick up. Oh, wait, is this that game just coming to like Quest or something? Because this looks really familiar. It looks like that game that came out, Saints and Sinners.
Are we simply beasts? No.
Because even the guy that was hanging up at the beginning there.
A lowly animal. I should not be acting like one.
I get a feeling this is coming to Actually, since I'm watching this, I can pause it. Okay. Okay, yeah. So Saints and Sinners, okay. July 2020, it's actually an expansion. Okay, Meat Grinder update. I wonder... So, yeah, this is an advantage of not having a live stream. So, Steam, PSVR, I wonder... Actually...
Saints and Sinners gets even more gruesome with the Meat Grinder update, coming next month. Stay tuned for new Quest games, Pistol Whip's roadmap, Lon, and a heck of a lot more.
Yeah, I don't know, they might have...
Who or what is Umbra?
You're the enforcement agency for the sector.
Quest.
Good or bad, what they say goes. Don't know what else to tell you unless you want to reach out to them or show me your extra special permit card. I'm hanging up now.
In the car, the night they let you out, you said you didn't know who you were anymore. You were saying you lost your path or your purpose. Don't you think? Well, maybe this is the start of one.
The little ball things, just like an job simulator. The Rig. Okay.
The Rig looks like a juicy murder mystery, coming June 26th. Next up, we pass it over to
I haven't
Alex
even heard
for
of
some
that
Space
one.
Team news.
Hi,
It's out
my
in
name is
like a
Alex
week.
L, and I'm the community manager for Space Team VR. 1 second. That's better. I joined the team about 6 months ago, and honestly, it's been a blast to work on this game. I grew up playing loads of cooperative games with my brother on the GameCube, and I just feel so excited now to be able to be part of a team where we work on co-op games that are in VR. I've really loved working with the community, testing the game, making the trailers, doing social media, and I can't wait to show you guys what we've got coming up next. We're adding in mixed reality support, as you can see here, new languages through localization, an enhanced lexicon with new words and phrases, and brand new controls for you guys to play with. So please, check out the trailer for the free content updates for Space Team VR.
I've heard of this, and I don't remember what this game specifically is.
Fix it up! Evacuate Inducer! Freeze detector 0.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is like that Star Trek, like you're doing different, everyone's on different consoles, I think. I think it's like another version of that. Hit it, yes, hit it. Got a little meter there. Kind of looks like little mini games, but yeah, okay. So yeah, it reminds me of that Star Trek game, but it's just a different.
Space Team will be ruining yet more friendships with its new update later this year. Where we're going next, we definitely need roads.
Hi everyone.
Okay.
I'm Janis from Little Chicken. Together with Vertigo Games, we're bringing our game Traffic Jams to the Oculus Quest, the PlayStation VR and major PC VR platforms in September this year. In Traffic Jams, you get to try your hands at controlling traffic all around the world. And if you think that sounds easy, we'll throw all kinds of crazy things at you, like angry pedestrians, meteorites, you name it.
Yeah.
Today we're also really excited to announce that next to a beefy single-player mode, Traffic Jams also sports a couch party mode. Invite up to 4 non-VR
Depends
friends
on
using
what
their mobile devices. Let's check out this multiplayer trailer starring Cass and Cherry.
It depends on what the perspective is and how easy it is to see, but I like the idea. The premise of it sounds kind of interesting. Okay, yeah, like a traffic cop sort of a thing. Crossing guard kind of a deal. Okay, so people can use their phones and VR and... Okay, so I don't know. It'll be interesting because I don't know if it's going to be one of those things where it looks like where you're just going to sit in one spot, which could be good, except for if things are far away, it might be harder to see people or things that are a little bit further away from you. But definitely looks interesting. I like the premise, so I'll have to see.
Trailer, and if you want to know more, then you can check out our gameplay premiere video on our channel, Cass and Cherry VR on YouTube. And if you think you got what it takes, why not give it a try yourself in the Steam Game Festival, starting now.
Make sure to look both ways because Traffic Jams is coming in September. Next, we pass it over to Zen Studios.
What's up, everyone? My name's Desiree Marsh from Zen Studios, and on behalf of the team, I'm really excited to announce that Operencia, The Stolen Sun is coming to VR. Now, be sure to check out Upload VR's interview with Operencia's lead writer, Chris Baker, later today. Now, I really hope that you enjoy this trailer for the fantastical world of Operencia in VR.
I don't know what that is. The name sounds vaguely familiar.
On the other side of imagination, there lies Operencia.
I have no idea.
A world where reality embraces fantasy, where dreams foretell destinies.
Flat screen and then go into VR.
Where history meets legend.
I don't know anything about this. Is it like a role-playing game? Some sort? Alright, yep, shooting fireballs. Casting spells, we got a first... I'm noticing a lot more of these first-person games that are using smooth locomotion. At least I'm hoping that's in the actual gameplay. I like that that's at least an option, even if they offer teleport. Because thankfully I don't get motion sick, and I much prefer
I hail from this land,
smooth movement.
and I have a story to tell.
Huh. Coming soon.
Nostalgic Dungeon Crawling gets a VR makeover with Apprencia. Our next game offers a different kind of nostalgia.
I'm intrigued. A lot of solid stuff coming here. I would love to see Dispatch come to the quest.
It's a lot of work to brew coffee for one. Usually at home I just suck on beans.
Okay, so first person sitting at a desk. A little bit of a different spin on...
I told Alice her kid wasn't allowed in here. He's always ruining my ceiling tiles with those pencils.
Job Simulator?
Man, this job is boring. Want to take a few calls? Now, most of the time they want to talk, but always hang up before you give your thoughts so they can't argue back.
You're on the air with Taylor.
Okay. Oh, okay. I'm not quite sure what the...
Hi, Taylor. You don't know me, but I think you're supposed to help me. And I know that sounds weird, but all week I've been having these premonitions, I guess, and I was trying to ignore them, but what if they're important, you know? So I thought, okay, if I need to act on these clues I've been getting, then I need a sign to confirm it. And then your show came on, and you said, hi, this is Taylor. My middle name is Taylor, so I think you're my guide. I'm going to keep listening to you for more clues, okay? Bye.
So you're like
I'm
a
all
host
about
of
the quirky radio DJ vibe in Area Man Lives. Now let's move from disc jockeys to neon ninjas.
Okay, 2021 though. Huh. I'm curious what the actual gameplay is for that, being kind of this DJ person.
Humanity
it sounds
is
neat.
under great threat. Every neuron, synapse, and receptor in the human mind is being modified
Climbing a fence
to
in
create a
first person.
world controlled by cyborgs.
Okay, we got swords, we got guns, we got futuristic-y thingies, shooting dudes. Huh. There's a lot here that's starting to look interesting. VR is really starting to hit its stride, I think. And it's not just like really gimmicky things. It looks like some of these are, I mean, even in the last year, games are starting to have more meat on them. You know, they're actual full game experiences. Okay. Open it up, grab whatever that is. Not sure what this is, but I'm into it. I am into it. Looks like there's some stealth, some shooting, some melee. Pretty much all these have been in first person too so far. There hasn't been like, you know, virtual, like looking down on a tabletop or something like that. It's all been really just first person immersive stuff, which is kind of what I get into, so. Oh, okay, LONN.
Lon continues to look like a promising story-driven action game coming soon to PC VR. Now we'd like to introduce you to Micah.
Yes,
Nana
please.
used to tell me when I fell to get back on my feet. But when things got really hard, imagine a place where angels meet.
Hi, my name is Micah. I'm the creator of Where Angels Meet, a cinematic VR experience. I created this piece in 2018 really to shed some light on what it's like to grow up as a young African-American man in the US and in the world. Its message and its story is probably more relevant now than any other time.
Yeah, probably.
It's available for Oculus Rift. It was created as part of the Launchpad program, and I hope people take time to check it out.
I will check it out, yeah. It's available now, I think he said. So...
Hey, I'm Pietro from Transitional Forums, and I'm excited to share with you a bit about a project that we've been co-producing with the National Film Board of Canada called Agents, which is a new form of immersive storytelling that uses artificial intelligence and user agency to drive a real-time narrative.
Really? Okay, you have me very
Now, it's not a game and it's not a film, but it's kind of somewhere in between, where you can choose to interfere with the lives of these tiny intelligent creatures that live on a small floating planet. What's super cool about it is we're developing brains for these characters using reinforcement learning artificial intelligence, allowing them to think and act for themselves within our dynamic story world.
I wonder, will they talk?
Now, even though it's early days in our training efforts, we're already seeing brains developing that lead to interesting behaviors and different types of story paths, and we often joke that Agents is becoming an experience that literally has a mind of its own.
Huh.
We're just finishing up production, and the experience will be available soon across VR, mobile, and desktop platforms.
Okay. And it's AGENCE, not agents like an agent.
We think you'll agree that Agents looks like one of the most intriguing experiences on the horizon. Now it's time to train your own brain with Gravity Lab.
Thank you for choosing Gravity Lab. Our staff has been evacuated, but feel free to begin testing without us. To simulate the production use of our equipment, we created tests that use items to transport balls into beds.
Kind of a Marble Madness.
This is an experimental object. Please test with care.
Kind of a puzzly game of sorts. Different types of tools and different types of... Oh wow, yeah, all kinds of weird different puzzles. It looks... I almost wonder if it looks neat, but I wonder how much trouble I would have with like the 3D depth perception here.
Our scientists are 80% certain this test scenario cannot be solved.
Because you're working in zero.
As you can clearly see, this testing scenario is broken. Pay no attention to what you are seeing and return to the reception. It is vital that you do not proceed.
Yeah, kind of getting a kind of a Portal vibe. You know, they did that same sort of thing. This test is impossible.
It's great to see Gravity Lab's physics-defying puzzles reaching Quest.
Coming 2020.
Next up is the first gameplay from Trial by Teng.
The 18th level of hell presents your new home. Introducing the underworld of King Yama. The ruler of all hells awaits your soul and offers you exciting captivity choices.
I don't know about that, but...
Work off your karmic debt. With mandatory work programs. Hurry now, don't be late for work.
Minigame collections, maybe? I'm not sure.
Our compulsory surveillance monitoring is always watching you become a better you. We offer community outreach training that will reward good behavior. Hi, welcome to hell.
Okay, not what I would really picture as a,
And as a bonus,
hellscape, but...
majestic boat rides. We'll have a hell of a good time. Off of a better you, not better than the overworld, underworld, or anywhere else. Off of a hell of a good time does not imply that time has any meaning in the cabin of eternal torture.
Well, it's Steam and Oculus.
Trial by Teng looks like another great VR adventure from the makers of Form, full of mysteries that we can't wait to unravel.
Coming soon. I'm not quite sure exactly what it is. It looks first person. I don't know if it's like puzzles or mini games or both. Okay, we got some shooting stuff. exploring in the dark. Got a flashlight, picking up some stuff. Okay. Yeah, it's all been pretty much immersive first-person stuff so far. And a lot of it I'm into. A lot of it seems... Okay, powering things up here. Okay. Looks like this stuff is head tracking. Like, even when he brought up that inventory there, it kind of looked like we could be able to... I might be able to see that reasonably well. Bah. Kind of a stealth horror game, maybe? You gonna blow it up? Is it gonna blow up? What did he throw? Explore. Survive. Escape. Kill. No, just kidding. Oh, fight! Man, I totally did not plan that. Okay. What?
From the developer of Dreadlord,
Cosmophobia?
Cosmophobia promises another terrifying VR roguelike. Now we're debuting another type of spooky VR experience, this time for arcades.
Damn.
Why? What do we have here? Portals entering our domain?
I still think a true Ghostbusters thing, like, I haven't released them yet.
Did you see that flying chair?
But, okay, that's sort of what this sort of seems like. You get like little beams and stuff, but it's really cartoony. But I was gonna say...
Looks like a dead end to me. Foolish mortals, you'll never get out of here alive.
Oh boy, I'm getting strong ghost readings.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
You've
like,
got company.
I haven't released the original little short clips based on the Ghostbusters movies, but
It's going to be great getting back to the VR arcades for when Ghost Patrol debuts worldwide. Okay, back to home headsets with a new
yeah, I would
Quest
like
port.
to play an actual
Did you
fully
not
fleshed
feel
Ghostbusters
death, my
experience.
child? As death only makes you stronger.
Shooting bow and arrows. Okay. I'm terrible at shooting bows in games because it's hard to actually line up the sights and stuff, so I'm kind of really bad at that unless I have like a crosshair, which in
Don't
VR they
grieve.
typically don't give you.
In death, you're reborn.
Yep, In Death is back on Oculus Quest very soon. Okay, we're coming up to the home
Okay.
stretch. Let's take a look at what's to come. We'll have the latest look at lo-fi, new gameplay from Blaston, and a surprise from Alchemy Labs.
Ooh,
We're
Alchemy
moving you to
Labs.
Precinct 303. Should be a good fit.
Oh, what is this?
Most of the block's jacked in or too strung out to make trouble. Minor gang activity, some triad, cryptopunks, AI rights activists.
I'm digging this cyberpunk aesthetic, or this, yeah, cyberpunk I would call it.
I'm sure you'll
Bullies,
find ways
okay.
to keep busy.
Futuristic.
Just try to keep your nose clean.
This reminds me of the beginning of
I know
that,
it's tough. Nothing stays clean for long.
what was it? It was based on that movie, the remake, Blade Runner. It almost reminds you of that Blade Runner experience that I showed you guys on the channel a while back. Which was a neat experience, by the way. You kind of did a little bit of detective work, a little bit of exploring. I like the future vibe we're getting from this, though. shooting, a little bit of walking around, a bunch of neon. I wonder what kind of game this actually is. Like if lo-fi. Intriguing.
Lo-fi still oozes gritty style, and we're
2020.
looking forward to seeing more.
Okay.
Now we have the long-awaited return of a VR experience from Iron Man director Jon Favreau.
Okay, a little cartoon dude. I kind of like these VR cartoons. I don't know if this is a game or just like an experience, but I kind of get a kick out of some of these animated or these passive experiences just to see what things they do with their perspectives and animation and all that kind of stuff. Just kick back and watch something entertaining in 3D medium like virtual reality.
Fun fact, Buddy the Goblin inspired the creation of Baby Yoda. Next, we'd like to introduce you to Derek Ham.
When I created I Am a Man, I had no idea how transformative this form of storytelling could be. There's something powerful about virtual reality. To enable someone to put on a headset and go back years ago to experience events of the civil rights from a first-person perspective. Hearing the sound, seeing the images played right before your eyes,
Well,
allows
that'd be
one
sort of
to
interesting.
be reflective, to think about where we've been, to think about how much further we still have to go concerning issues of equality and issues of equity for people all over this nation.
Oh, yeah. Huh. I would be interested in both of these. There's that other one, too. That one that was out now, I think it was. I'll have to look in the Oculus store. But this one on civil rights kind of stuff, and then the other one, I can't remember what it was called now. But I'll have to go back and look. Okay, now we're back to some... I thought they were going to show more gameplay of that, but... Now we're in some other weird... Okay, shooty... Slashy, future-y... I'm not quite sure what's going on here, but we got some... Again, it's really cartoony. Yeah, there's a lot of that just on flat screen and VR this year. There's just a lot of things like, no, gritty realism. No, we've got enough of that. Let's escape to some really crazy, weird worlds. Okay, that's a funky looking demon creature with really long teeth. Shooting more dudes. Okay. I love first-person shooters, but in VR they're harder for me because they just don't have that crosshair. Such a shame, but that first one or two, especially that first one, that one seemed almost like more of a traditional style, and I'm kind of curious to check that out. I gotta go back and look at what all these games are, because I would say the great majority of games so far I'm at least interested in learning more about. Vertigo. July 2020. Wow, there's a lot of VR stuff coming out in the very near future. Okay, wow. I don't know when I'm going to have time to play all this
Vertigo
crap. I got a
Remastered
backlog
offers a
as it is.
top-to-bottom retooling of the original game, coming next month. For
Huh.
this next one, make sure the kids are out of the room.
Rated M for mature.
Nah, okay. Got the guy from,
For Trover Saves the Universe, let me tell you a couple things about it.
The Hail Satan channel.
Yeah, Trover.
665. Just one click below channel 666. The Quilting Network.
So smash that little piggy bank of yours and buy Trover Saves the Universe, coming soon to the Quest.
And the final question of the game is...
Kind of a
Trover,
Rick and Morty
suck
sort of
my
a
own.
deal.
I'm here, Chad, with your grandma. She's eating dirt off the ground.
You know, I have a skill.
He kind of does like the same voices all the time. He's got that Morty thing going on.
Ah, oh, good thing I took that medication that that one guy gave.
Trover Saves the Universe, coming soon to the Oculus Quest.
I can't decide if that... I don't know. There was that other, like...
Well, what can you say about Trover Saves the Universe? No, really.
That short
what
one,
can you
I
say
didn't really
about
care
Trover
for it,
Saves
honestly.
Here's Pistol.
But there's another one that he did that
Hey,
was
what's
early
up? I'm
VR.
Joel from Cloudhead Games. I'm here with my best friend Anthony.
I don't know
we
if
are
I'd
here
be
to
into
talk
Trover
today
Saves the
about the
Universe or not.
future of our hit action rhythm FPS, Pistol Whip.
Pistol Whip. I gotta play more of that. I do own it.
Anthony's going to give you a quick recap of all the awesome content we've released since launch, and then we'll get into some big, juicy announcements about where we're taking the game over the next year. Anthony, go!
Definitely got to do a new
Since
video.
our launch in November, we've released 5 action-packed content updates, each with a new scene to play, new customization options, and new modifiers to shake things up. Just last week, we put out the Religion update, topping out our regular content updates with an epic 5.5-minute gauntlet and the Baba Yaga pistol collection for all you John Wick fans. If you thought death was a challenge before, Religion is sure to whip you into shape. This was one of my favorite scenes to
Thanks for the recap, Anthony. Now let's get to the good stuff. As you may have heard, we've been working very hard to get Pistol Whip into the hands of PlayStation VR players around the world. And today, we are super happy to finally announce the official release date for PSVR. Enjoy.
Yep, it's on the Quest and the Rift, so I do need to do a video on this. I just need to play it more. I played it very, very, very briefly. Again, I picked it up when Riley was up here. And other than
After we launch Pistol Whip on PSVR July
taking a
28th,
quick peek.
we'll be putting out our next free content update, the Heartbreaker Trilogy. After a season of face-melting music for fighters, this one is for the lovers. For Heartbreaker, we wanted to do something a little different, mixing up the vibe and offering a kind of chilled-out action experience. We were
I'm
really
good with
inspired by trippy, rhythmic action games like Sayonara Wild Hearts, and you can expect abstract, colorful, and highly musical scenes, all powered, of course, by classic Pistol Whip action. The Heartbreaker Trilogy launches with 3 new scenes, 2 new modifiers, some water guns, and achievements on PC and Quest this August, and later on PSVR.
And finally, to cap off the year, we'll be releasing a massive update that will begin a whole new era for Pistol Whip. We can't announce all the details just yet, but we're calling it the Concierge. The Concierge will launch alongside our first action pack, which will include new enemies, new weapons, new scenes, and new mechanics, all framed by a cinematic action campaign.
This is kind of like
All
your
right, that wraps up
alternative
the roadmap
to
for
Beat
2020.
Saber.
This is
You don't
just
want
the
sabers,
beginning.
you can do guns.
Thank you so much for playing the game and being a part of our amazing community. We hope you've enjoyed this look into the future of Pistol Whip.
Yeah, and they're really supporting it, so yeah, I would definitely invest in that if something that's interesting to you guys. But I definitely have to get back in. Like I got a VR backlog, and it's just it's getting bigger.
Pistol Whip is bringing plenty to the table this year, starting with next month's PSVR release. Next up, we've invited someone to give us a long-awaited update on The Walking Dead Onslaught.
Hey everyone, I just finished doing the voice recording for Walking Dead Onslaught, the video game coming to VR soon. I played a little bit of this in its early stages at Comic-Con, and it was cool as shit. And they reminded me that was an actual quote. They built this little box in my basement, this little computer here, and yeah, I screamed my head off. I hope you guys like it, and hoping everyone's safe and well. Okay, bye.
You know, I think I could beat Daryl Dixon in a fight.
Show some
If only there was
gameplay.
some VR game I could prove that in. Cue Blast On.
Coming
Hi,
soon.
I'm Mathieu Castelli, Chief Creative at Resolution Games. We're very happy to be back at the Upload VR Showcase to talk to you about Blaston. And what better place to talk about a game than from inside it? Let's hop into Blaston.
Now, is it Blast On?
Better from Angry Birds VR, I Love Pigs, Bait, Akron Attack of the Squirrel. But Blaston is a very different game. It's a physically intense dueling game where you'll be fighting other players and bots. In the game, weapons spawn around you, which you just grab and fire at the opponent. The first to 0 health point loses the round. Now, depending on which weapon you decide to bring to battle, very different battle dynamics emerge. But enough talking, we have for you today a first gameplay trailer reveal. So relax, enjoy, and remember, never stay still. See you soon in Blaston!
Huh, okay. So yeah, it kind of just seems like a weird free-for-all of like, oh, you got to figure out what the other person uses, what you have around you, and yeah, kind of I'm gonna be like a rock paper scissors with some skill based, like, oh, we're gonna bat projectiles back and forth, or dodge and stuff. Huh. Got little avatar dudes there. Okay. Huh. Never stay still. It looks like something that could probably be set to mobile VR like Quest, I would think. I think it would work really well like that. So, okay, yep, Blast ON. Okay, Blast On. And it, I mean, something like that would be really nice with no
Fastest
wires.
guns in the virtual West win when Blast On arrives later this year.
All right,
okay,
fall.
time for one final surprise.
Nah.
There's no time for logos. We've got gigs to do.
Excellent.
Let's go.
If you don't get me, Donut, right now, I'm rating you 1 star.
I'm feeling kind of glitchy.
Excuse me. I ordered a pineapple smoothie.
Hello, human. I am baby.
I'm promoting products on my Bostagram. Give me free stuff and maybe I'll post about it.
Hi, human. I hear you do gig work now. Can you get me a towel? Whistle quickly before someone sees. Give me a efficiency bot plushie. Don't judge me.
All right, more Job Simulator. Back to job. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
Dispensing one baby sound to indicate pleasure.
Ah!
Vacation Simulator Back to Job initiates release this fall.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's kind of like that
Thank you
infinite
so much for
overtime
joining us
expansion
for another year of
for
the
Job
Upload
Simulator.
VR showcase. Also,
I can get behind
big
that.
thank you to all the developers and to the team at Polyarc.
Check out uploadvr.com for full coverage of today's videos. We're now heading back into our virtual studio to talk about the show, and there's more interviews to come.
Cool. See you next year.
Okay, well, there you go, guys. That is the Upload VR showcase. Yeah, there's actually quite a bit there. I really do want to look at that Saints and Sinners and see if it is on the Quest. And I know it's on the Rift, and I don't remember if I have it wishlisted or if I've picked it up. I think there was some question on possible system requirements and what I'd be able to do to run it, and also the being able to see certain aspects of it. But I am genuinely intrigued to look at that. But there's a lot of there's a couple of first-person shooters that look pretty good. Those first couple titles, and a couple of those little arcadey kind of weirder titles that look pretty good. And then I do want to go back and look at some of those more passive experiences, especially the more, again, you know, a lot of it was focused on games, but I'm kind of also intrigued to watch things, you know, that are more like educational or narrative based or a combination of those types of things, like the civil rights thing that they had talked about, and then that other one that I think might be out right now. But just these kind of unique experiences where you're kind of getting the perspective of, you know, living in somebody's shoes. And yeah, I'm just intrigued about all that kind of stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Looks like there's a lot of games coming out even just in the next couple of months, and if not in the rest of 2020. There were a couple in 2021, but a lot of stuff coming in 2020 alone. So we definitely have a lot to look forward to for virtual reality. And again, I still have not even gotten, like, I wanted to play it so bad, and I don't know if my system can run Half-Life 2. It might be right on the verge of being my video card, and that might be on the verge of being able to play it or not. And again, I have some potential accessibility questions or concerns whether I'm going to be able to see some of that. So I'm guessing in one of the Steam sales it'll be at least even a little bit on sale, so I can try it then. But like I said, I have a whole heap of VR titles, both on Steam and especially on Oculus, that I haven't even tried yet. Ian Hamilton actually cued me into a game that I've downloaded, but I haven't actually gotten to check out yet, that is supposed to, believe it or not, have some accessibility features in it. I'm not sure to what extent, but it was something that he was curious about, and then he had forwarded it or told me about it on Twitter. So I'm definitely going to be checking that out in the near future as well. And of course, in a couple of short days, we have The Last of Us Part 2. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of different things to be checking out on the channel. It looks like the rest of 2020, as far as game and VR releases, is going to be pretty eventful, and even some accessible audio games coming out here and there. So I believe on Thursday we have an EA Play event, and I think that's at like 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening. And then I think we're good until next week. We got WWDC at some point. We have the Cyberpunk event, which I really am very interested in. I want to know more about that, and I want to know if my system can even run it. And then I think there might be one more. There might be at least 2 or 3 events next week to follow. So we're not quite done with the non-E3 events in June, and then we still do have a couple in July. We have, because Sony did their kind of first party big showcase, Microsoft has got theirs, and Ubisoft has a big event for themselves in July. So we probably got a good half a dozen or more events that we can cover. Now, I'm probably not going to live stream WWDC, the keynote, but I will watch it, and maybe during a monthly channel update or something, or depending on how much is, I'll squeeze notes in it on WWDC. I will I will stream that, or I will have a video for that at some point, because I know we're all curious. We're probably not going to get a lot on the new iPhone, even though there seems to be a lot of leaks and contradictions out there already. But I'm sure we are going to get our first look at especially iOS 14. So curious to see. Theoretically, they're saying there's some more rumors of like some fairly significant user interface changes. Be that a good or a bad thing, I don't know. But yeah, I guess we'll find out in a week or so. So hope you guys enjoyed the stream or the video. Follow me on Twitter at BGFH79, Mixer.com/BGFH, IllegallyCited.com, and of course, YouTube.com/IllegallyCited. Plenty of accessible and mainstream and VR content yet to come, in addition to a lot of other events coverage. So hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll chat with you guys in the next one.